Continuing with the final edition in the theme of Healthcare Month, we have the 2006 film Bloody Mary. We start out at the beginning with a girl named Nicole being told that she broke the rules of a game, and now Jenna, the head bitch in charge, which she very much is telling her she's got to get fully nude and go down into these creepy tunnels and say, "I believe in Bloody Mary," like 5 times before she can come back up. Now, the original prank is to have her douchebag boyfriend scare the shit out of Nicole. However, Bloody Mary, a former resident of the mental institution they work at, has other plans, and she decides, hey, I'm gonna claw your eyes out and eat you. So, Natalie, Nicole's sister, finds out she's been missing, and Natalie is kind of like a Murder, She Wrote, what is it, Jessica Fletcher is her name, played by Angela Lansbury, type of character. Anne Rule, if you want to be all fucking technical, and non-fiction. She's a non-fiction writer that profiles some of the highest crimes and works right alongside the police. And of course, there's drama with her and her ex-boyfriend because he wanted to stay a beat cop or a detective and stay where he was, and she had dreams and aspirations of basic, I'm leaving your ass. That's important, but it's not. I always like how horror movies try and have really deep characters that it's like, hey, get to know Steven. Why? Because he's my favorite. Is he gonna live? Nah. Steven's gonna die too. Anyway, there's some shady stuff going on at this hospital. There's a big underground tunnel. There's some sexual favors being traded for time with a certain creepy person who is down in the basement. You know, Steve Buscemi's character on Con Air? Yeah, like that, only his face is messed up. And Mary is a reincarnated, not quite zombie, but reanimated woman who is out for blood. And Jenna is trying to get what Mary has promised her. And Jenna is going through a whole bunch of problems, like Jenna's nose is bleeding, Jenna bleeds out of her ears, Jenna has a whole bunch of problems. And while Natalie's investigating it, slowly but surely more people start dying. All these girls whose name, they're throwaway characters. That's the annoying thing about this movie, is these women, with the exception for Jenna and Natalie, are just throwaway characters. And like, there's not really a lot to it. Mary is after blood. Mary is out to kill because she's Bloody Mary. And she once, urban legend became true kind of thing. I'd give it... Let's pick this apart one by one. First off, you get your participation star. And while this movie gets its participation star because it stands out just enough with its interesting characters, one central location but spread out over a couple of days, and even though it is kind of filled with a lot of low-budget horror movie cliches, like in number 2, the acting thing is kind of a very thin star. It wouldn't be very, it's just sort of, the acting is thin. There are maybe 2 or 3 people in this whole movie that actually aren't playing like a crappy character. There's 5 that are good and 2 or 3 that actually give a performance that goes on. And I think that the background of all the drama and stuff lends to the little bit of the horror and why you see why Jenna is doing all the stuff she's doing. Plot-wise, I'd say I'd give it a pretty good star. It's not quite really an original script, so it's not going to get the original idea star, and it didn't quite scare me. However, 3. 1, because you made a movie. 2, because the acting was pretty decent. And 3, because plot-wise, it moved along, it didn't lag too much, and it didn't have a whole bunch of really stupid stuff in it. There was some bad acting, and there was some parts where, like, the sound was really crappy. But ultimately, for the budget they had, 3 stars for Bloody Mary 2006.